Today I'll show you how to make 9 bookmarks and 6 cards from only 2 sheets of paper. Hey, it's Beth. Welcome. For the Bringing Back Basic Gray collaboration today, I'm also going to be sharing my No Scraps sketch set number 11. This is my latest one. It is a 12 by 12 set, and it calls for a sheet of 12 by 12 pattern paper, a sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock, and then 6 A2 size card bases. And then from those items, you're going to get 9 corner bookmarks as well as 6 A2 size cards and not have any scraps left over. That's the best part to me. So what are my sketch sets, you ask? I give you cutting guides for a set number of pattern papers or sheets of cardstock. And then if there's projects, sometimes you'll get project instructions, and then card sketches to take those pieces and turn them, the pieces you have left over, and turn them into cards. And again, the best part is you're not generating any scraps. So this is just a way to help you kind of efficiently and effectively enjoy your pattern paper and not create new scraps that you're gonna either have to store or feel like you need to use up later. So I have pulled out the Butterfly Kisses pattern from Kissing Booth. This is double-sided. You don't need double-sided. It might just be helpful on the cards, but it's not required. I've made this with single-sided paper as well, and it works just fine. And then I have just a brown sheet of cardstock from my stash that kind of coordinates. I'm trying to pull out the brown that's kind of in the leaves, just as a contrast to the pinks and the reds. So that's what I'm working with, and let's go ahead and jump in and have some fun with our projects. So we're going to start with our pattern paper, and this is really simple. We are just going to cut 9 equal squares, 4 inches each, and these are going to be kind of like the base of our corner bookmark. And before we get too far, I do want to say that this is a small collaboration that I do along with my friend Sarah, who's Crafting and Relaxing here on YouTube, and Kathy, who is Stampin' Cat over on Instagram. And they will be linked in the description box below, so you can go check out their Basic Gray projects this month. And just to get all the cutting out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and jump to the sheet of cardstock. And this one, we are cutting 6 pieces that are 4 by 5 1/4. These are going to be our card mats, and then we'll have a strip left from the top, and we're going to cut this down into 6 pieces that are 3/4 of an inch by 4, and these are just going to go on the inside of the card. Since we don't have any pattern paper scraps, I do like to include something on the inside of the card just as a little pop of color, some interest. Tie the front to the inside, and so this time it's just going to be leftover cardstock. So we're going to take our square and you're going to fold it in half both ways. So you're going to kind of create a little grid. And I'll show you that here in a second. If you have a bone folder, that helps to get some good crisp lines. And then we're going to take one corner on the sheet, it's corner A, and we're just going to cut it in half diagonally. So it's going to kind of create an angle cut. And then we're going to go to the opposite corner and we're going to cut that whole square out. And you saw me switch scissors. I like the long scissors to go across the diagonal cut. It's just easier. And then I like the precision of the shorter scissors for cutting out that square. You use what you have, what works for you. So then you're going to fold the square B over your like half square of A, and then you're going to fold D over the top of B, and then you're going to glue it down, and this is going to create your pocket. So it is really that simple. If you don't trust yourself cutting with scissors, like I tend to just use scissors. I've done this so many times. It's just quicker and easier for me. I've kind of gotten good at doing a fairly straight cut unless I'm in a hurry and get a little sloppy, but I just want to show you an option. You can use your trimmer. For me, it's almost a little harder, but you just have to make sure that on your fold lines, like that square A, that you're going from kind of like corner to corner of those fold lines. And then when you're moving down to square C, you're going to go like follow your fold line into the center of the big square, and then stop, and then go out and come in from the bottom and do the same thing, and then that gives you the same type of cut. And again, you just fold it up and you're all done. I've only showed you two, but these do go super quick. This was the easiest part of this whole project. So after you're done with the bookmarks, you end up with the triangle pieces and the square pieces. On the squares, because you're kind of cutting along the fold line, I tend to have a little bit of crease left on my squares, and so I am going to come in and trim that off just so my squares are clean. This is personal preference. Maybe you did a better job cutting. You don't have to do this step. But once I have done that, we are going to start with sketch A, and this is with the squares, and you're just going to take 3 of them and kind of layer them on your card mat. I am using wet glue. You can use whatever adhesive you prefer, and I'm trying to, on that first piece, I'm trying to get an even border on the top and the left side. And then I'll come down to the bottom piece, and I'm going to try and recreate that same border on the left and bottom side. And then this third piece, it's just overlapping it over those 2 that are already there on towards the right side of the card. And on this particular card, I'm showing you with all like the pattern paper sides showing. So if you don't have double-sided paper, you know, this is what yours would look like. And then I switched to my ATG gun for my tape runner for adding the card mat to the card. Again, personal preference. People ask me why I go back and forth. It really depends what I'm gluing down, what I'm gluing it to. So it's all personal preference. And then I found a little happy birthday sentiment that I'm just going to kind of put in the bottom right corner there in some of that blank space. And then these are just little vinyl circles that I had kind of created some non-dimensional enamel dots for myself out of scrap vinyl that I had on hand. So I'm just going to add those in the top right just to kind of bring in a little bit more of the white, since the paper is a little more off-white, but my card base is white. So we'll glue these first 2 squares down the same way. And then this time I'm going to have that third square with the non-pattern showing. This is more of a, it's not really a solid, but it acts more of a solid. And then I'm going to bring in a happy birthday sentiment. And real quick, if you're wondering why you would want to make an entire sheet or 9 bookmarks, if you donate cards, a lot of times some of the organizations will also accept bookmarks. So this is great if you are going to be donating. Maybe you donate to your local library, or maybe you're gifting some books for Christmas or birthdays. You can include a bookmark with the book that you're gifting, or maybe you just, you know, want to have a stash of bookmarks on hand to use. My purpose is I use these corner bookmarks to hold my paperwork on together with my online orders. So I kind of use it as a paper clip to hold like the thank you card and the packing slip and business card and all that together whenever I ship out an online order. And I always end up with these squares and triangles left over when I make these, and so I'm glad to finally have a plan of attack on how I can easily and quickly use up those scrap pieces. So on this third card, I am going to go back to having all 3 squares with the patterned paper showing. And I've got another happy birthday sentiment. It's a little bit longer this time, so I'm going to put it across the bottom. And you can embellish these as little or as much as you want. So on this third card, I am going to bring in some additional flower embellishments just to add some more color. So my card set sketches tend to be kind of like the basic starting point. So if you don't have a lot of supplies, you can still make these very easily. If you are an experienced crafter and have a ton of supplies, you can embellish to your heart's content. Like, there's no rule that says you only have to do what my sketch shows. That's just the base, the starting point. So I've pulled in those flowers, and then I'm going to finish off this one sheet of those little vinyl stickers as flower centers, and then I can add this to my card. And so this is the third card of sketch A, and then we're going to jump to B, sketch B, using the triangles. So using these triangle pieces was always probably the biggest struggle for me. I could use squares pretty easily, but the triangles were always a struggle. So I was brainstorming and came up with this kind of like doing a little chevron effect here. Or it almost kind of creates a directional arrow. It depends on what you want. But I'm just kind of overlapping them, like the tip of each one with the next triangle. And again, you can mix and match the sides of the paper if you have them. For this first one, I'm just keeping just the pattern. And then again, you can embellish however you want. So I'm going to show you a variety of ways that you can add a sentiment and embellish your cards. This time I'm using a die cut and like a stamped sentiment. So the stamped sentiment on the top left says sending, and then that die cut says hugs. So the entire sentiment for this card is sending hugs. And again, you can keep it as simple or make it as embellished as you want. I'm going to bring in some more of those white vinyl circles. And I just want to note that if you don't have 12 by 12 cardstock on hand, you can totally do this sketch set and just leave out the cardstock piece. The only thing the cardstock really does is just give you a mat for your card, just to bring in some more color and interest on the cards, but they're not needed to do the bookmarks, and technically they're not required to make the cards. So if you don't have 12 by 12 cardstock on hand, you could just leave that part off, or you could just use multiple pieces of 8.5 by 11, but just know that you're probably going to have some scraps left over. But this sketch set is adaptable, you know, if you aren't using the 12 by 12 cardstock. So this time you can see I just left one pattern side showing and used two of the more solid. I have a thinking of you sentiment this time that I'm going to put kind of in the bottom right there. And then I have some die cut or punched flowers that I am going to kind of bring in too, just to add a little more interest. One thing you could do, like say you're wanting to create gifts for someone, you could do the sheet of the bookmarks, and you know, you don't necessarily have to gift all 9 to the same person, but you could gift those, and then these 6 cards use a variety of sentiments on them, and then you kind of have an all occasion card set that could be gifted as well, or sold, whatever it is that you tend to do with the cards that you make. I feel like this is a good sketch set for gifting, donation, or selling your cards. So on this third and final card from sketch B, I'm going to go back to the pattern paper triangles. And then I'm going to bring in a longer sentiment. And this one says, it's going to say happy birthday to you. And then I'm just going to put that kind of across the center of the chevron. And then bring in some more of my white vinyl circles just to kind of add a little bit of something around the chevrons. So again, on both sketches, you can kind of manipulate and move the sentiment, the embellishments. I purposely didn't include a location for sentiment on either sketch so that you could pick the spot that works best for you based on your preference, based on the patterns you're using. So those are our 6 cards. Now we have these 6 strips of the cardstock left over, and so I'm just going to add them to the inside of the card. So for the horizontal card, I tend to either put them, since they're 4-inch strips, I either tend to put them on either end, like vertically on the end of the card, or I will put it to one side of the bottom of the card. So like I tend to go to the left. So sometimes I will put, depending on the width of my strip, I will cut an angle or a fishtail and put that in. And then on the vertical cards, if I have a 4-inch strip, I just center it at the bottom and call it good. So that's what I'm going to be doing on these 3 here. And then our 6 cards will be done, and we will have absolutely no scrap left over. You used every bit of the pattern paper and the cardstock and got 3 different projects out of it. I hope you guys enjoyed the projects from the sketch set. The sketch set will be linked in the description box below for you. It is a PDF that is free to download from my website. And if you happen to use this online anywhere, please be sure to tag me at Bourbon Creek Crafts. I am that same username pretty much all across social media. And then use the hashtag bccnoscraps. It's just an easy way for me and others to find you and your projects. Again, today we made all this with 2 sheets of paper and 1 set of guidelines and instructions. Thank you guys so much for your time today, and I hope you all have a very crafty day.